Main orders. Deliver the test subject Kangaroo to the animal shelter. A kangaroo has escaped from the animal shelter. It is currently lying prone in the forest to the south of the shelter, which is known for its bushfires and high child density. Rescue the kangaroo from the forest and return it to the animal shelter. We have 30 minutes. Therefore, it gotta be a quick one. Do not submerge. We are currently at the Rainbow Valley. As you see, Rainy has her own shelter. We have to go this route, and the kangaroo will be right here. Sounds fairly wild. Forest fires.
Hey Sam, Charlie here. Since this is your first order involving the capture and preservation of animals, allow me to provide additional information. The kangaroo you're looking for is somewhere in this area. Once you've arrived, use your Odra deck to begin searching for the creature. You can transport the kangaroo in your standard issue animal carrier. No need to fabricate anything unique. Get close enough to the kangaroo and deploy the carrier to capture it. It will be a bulky piece of cargo, but you should be able to carry it on your back like any other container. However, you will need to traverse some heavily wooded mountains as well as rivers and uneven terrain. Bear this in mind when considering what equipment to take with you. All right, time to proceed with route planning and final preparations.
Well, it's gonna be forest fires for one. So I definitely don't want to take nothing crazy with me. Is there a bike anywhere outside? We'll see. I have 255 memory. This enhancement will activate upon reaching certain speed without boosting. When the driver is in the center of the road, it uses... That sounds pretty cool. Let me see. How much is that? Increases the total number of strand contracts Sam can form. Forming a strand contract strengthens your connection with other players. I have to check that out. What's this? There's so many different things. Makes the process of reissuing standard orders more efficient, meaning they spend less time on standby once completed. Okay, I'll get that eventually. Grab one of these. Heck, give me two.
Order accepted. Thank you.
Alright, no Magellan. Where we going? Over here? The Bridge Link tab in the SSS menu allows you to view various play statistics and look back on the likes you've given to and receive from other porters from the Strand contract. With the dealings, deepen your bond, increase. Okay, so what does that mean? I could, what, link up? Counter 515. Do I remember any of these people? Giving them a shout outs like T. Salmon. Pause. Silent Hawes.
What in the world?
We have a situation, Sam. I'm tracking a fresh bushfire near the injured kangaroo's location. Clock's ticking. Secure the poor little bugger ASAP and bring the shelter onto the chiral network. Once the DHV Magellan can join you on site, we'll see what we can do about that fire.
Let's not get clumsy. Yo, what the? Oh, snap. I'm trying to be quick. But this is wild.
Sam, over there! I see the kangaroo! Get close enough to put it in an animal carrier for transport.
Oh, snap.
All right, time to make our getaway. This was marked as a dangerous location on your map, Sam. We could get trapped here by the bushfire. Let's keep moving to ensure that doesn't happen.
I got it. Watch your feet.
Look out, Sam! Fire! We need to get away from here as quickly as possible.
Bro. Oh, I gotta go. What is he doing? Oh. Probably walking away automatically because... Ouch. Let's get out of here.
Still not sure how we survived that. Anyway, we have a Cupid to connect, right?
We here?
Good evening, Sam. Drawbridge credentials verified. Welcome, Sam.
Security measures lifted. Weapons detected. Be advised that usage is restricted inside facility grounds.
Access the delivery.
Somewhat damaged. Going through that fire.
You must be Sam. We've heard all about you from your friends at Drawbridge. Go ahead and connect us to the chiral network.
No strand established. And this is the animal shelter, and those are the staff. Cool to see a collection of people. I got so many other places I gotta unlock. Looking at it from right here. Decoy hollow grenade. A grenade that produces a decoy hologram to draw enemy attention. Must be activated manually once thrown. The hologram produced will depend on what the nearby enemy is doing. Can be stored in a grenade pouch.
you, Sam. Don't worry about the fire. Rainey will put it out for us.
Tell me though, who is she exactly?
It's been about 6 months now, since I first heard about the girl who brought the rain.
Whenever I stepped outside, the timefall came. There was nothing that I could do to make it stop. And they hated me for it. Including my parents, who told me to leave. I was the witch who brought the timefall. A monster to be locked up in a cage. A few even tried to burn me alive. The most dedicated witch hunters. I struck out on my own. I was alone for so long. In desperation, I enrolled in a special UCA program, hoping to find purpose as a mother.
Hi there. You're safe.
But even after I got pregnant, I still couldn't find anyone willing to take me in.
I'm sorry.
No! We need to leave right now.
Please!
God, get out of here!
No one wanted anything to do with me. All they saw was a witch, to be hated and feared. Until that day. I'm so sorry.
Hey there. You're Rainey, aren't you?
Who's asking?
Someone who's been looking for you. For you and your power.
You want my power? Why?
You're a pharmacon. Medicine that can harm, poison that can heal. It's all in how you use it. Want to come work for me? I believe you can save the world.
You do?
There are things only you can accomplish.
Only me. Really?
Really. My name's Fragile. And I'm happy we could finally meet. I'm here for you. For both of you. I'll be your umbrella. And together we'll show the world the hope in your reign. Come on. We wouldn't want the baby to catch a cold. Come on.
Thank you. That was quite the display. Drawbridge is even more amazing than we'd heard. Thanks to everything you've done for us, the animals are unharmed and the facilities are holding up just fine. It's a wonderful relief. Anyway, I'll check your orders now. Kangaroo seems to be in fine spirits. You took good care of it, I can tell.
Shouts to Miguel Swagero in the lab. As you see, his character is pretty unique. That kind of reminded me of The Last of Us for a second when she was getting chased by those people. There's probably way more of a background to her than what they just shown. But she has a unique skill to control the rain. That's another level. Story of Rainy, a song that can be played via the music player through the customized structure. Is it the song y'all was just playing? And this is Amakara Nije, however you say that. A song that could be played via the music, another one. All right.
I can't believe you found this. We'd all but given up hope. I hope you'll continue to work with us.
That's what I gave y'all a whole nother joint too.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
The kangaroo you rescued seems to be alright, thank goodness. Oh, she's so very special to us, and we're relieved to have her back in one piece. Once she's had a bit more time to recuperate, we'll move her to the reserve next door where you can visit anytime you like. By the way, we've uploaded our decoy hologrenade data to the network. You can trigger it remotely once thrown, creating a distraction that'll lure enemies away. It might just save your life if you run afoul of any troublemakers.
So what's so special about this kangaroo?
Well, we first found her in an area with high concentrations of chiralium. How wild animals are affected by prolonged exposure is something we still don't understand completely. But it's thought this may be a key factor in how chiral creatures come into existence. So, you can see why our wee girl would be an invaluable research subject.
You mentioned a reserve?
It's where we look after the animals in our care. The vegetation around here didn't die out like elsewhere, and we still have a reliable water supply. After we screen each animal in our underground facilities, we release them into the reserve and monitor their health over time. When that kangaroo you rescued is strong enough, we'll move her up top where she'll be able to stretch her legs. That being said, changes in the environment can have a profound impact on many species, causing never-before-seen creatures to appear, throwing the ecosystem into chaos. Which is why we strive to preserve native animals here for future generations.
I just want to say, homie over there with the vest looks very familiar. He looks very familiar. I don't know if he's the musician of one of the songs. I've seen him before. Kojima throws people into the games, and you just gotta know who they are. All three of them are somebody, but homie over there with the vest definitely looks familiar. But yeah, I'm heading out.
Cheers, Sam. You really helped us out. At this rate, we're poised to lose so many native species that predate the Death Stranding. And once they're gone, there's no getting them back. Between the bushfires caused by chiral cinders and animals behaving strangely and getting hurt, it's been pretty bad. But I've heard that these environmental anomalies might be resolved once and for all when Australia is fully linked up. So I've got high expectations for you and your friends. Speaking of which, how would you feel about assisting us with our preservation efforts? It'd be a simple matter of capturing any wild animals you see out on their own and bringing them to us. Even a few would make a real difference. Give it some thought, eh?
Well done, Sam. Return to the DHV Magellan and report to the bridge. I'd like to tell you a little bit more about Rainey and her talents.
Order completed. Well done.
Definitely.
Anybody out there?
We appreciate it.
Thanks for stopping by.
Perhaps you should take a break.
Kolawong has to give him a shout. Oh, look at that. It's pretty nice over here.
Thanks for the help. Thank you, guys.
Good luck.
Disengaging weapons restrictions.
Take care, Sam.
It looked way better. All that freaking.
Nothing to worry about.
Look at that. So close to the area. The heck is that? That's all I got. Alright, now let's go check on who Rainey is.
That's a real tongue stinger.
I seen these while I was running back, and they don't seem damaged. Nice bridge. Shouts to the lovely possum. Lovely possum indeed. Got 74,000 for this. One more over here, ain't it? And this whole place was catching on fire. First, I want to detect animals within the scanner's range. They'll briefly be displayed in still houses. Approach the wild animals and press square to rescue them. Don't want to waste too much time. I just wanted to grab that missing freight. This game is so beautiful. Look at these walls. Somebody really put this up here. How did they get up here? Jackie Ill? Is that your name? Throw the rope down. There we go.
Thanks for the help.
Oh, snap.
Sam, there's an animal that appears to be on its own. This could be a good opportunity to assist the shelter with their preservation initiative.
Oh, that is freaking funny. We reviewed news that another animal's been rescued. Thank you so much for your continued efforts. You can leave the rescued animal at any facility that's connected to the chiral network. We've got our own network of people who'll make sure that any animals you leave at the facility will be delivered here. You can rest assured that they'll be taken care of. Once an animal's been delivered here, you can come and visit them. We'd love to drop by if you happen to be in the area. Alright. In other words, we gotta get this Kangy back. Now look at this. I'll be back when I got it. I'm not gonna be able to save all the animals, man. Nor am I gonna be able to get that, so let's just turn around. So we got Rainy. Sound crazy, right? These things are everywhere over here, bro. It's like I don't have no bombs neither. Gotta do it the right way.
Feels good.
Oh, snap. Yeah, they're all over this place, like, disgusting. Uh-oh.
Access the delivery terminal to process your orders and requests.
There you go. A whole bunch of stuff all over the place.
Evening to you. We appreciate you working at this late hour. Just checking the order details now. Wow, another wee animal for the reserve. Thank you so much, Sam. Be sure to come back and visit our new friend soon. We have some data that we think you might like. Give it a look.
I have to mess with these little holograms.
We're upping the amount of materials you can take from our stores.
Lit, because I'm gonna have to build those roads.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
This data we've shared with you is the schematic for a holo grenade you can use to conceal your presence. Just toss it somewhere you want to hide, then activate it to generate a hologram that'll fool just about anyone. You can shelter behind, Or even inside this hologram if you like. Of course, it won't work if the enemy sees you while you're attempting to hide, but if you use these grenades wisely, you can remain undetected for ages. If you like the sound of that, enjoy.
Order completed. Well done. Rest recommended.
Doesn't make any goddamn sense.
When she's outside, Rainey's constantly surrounded by timefall. But within a 1.5-meter radius of her body, a different kind of precipitation is observed. We call it core fall. Anything it touches is restored to an earlier state. In other words, it has the power to heal and repair, to counteract timefall's effects. Sadly, people only see the timefall, and not the remarkable woman standing in the eye of the storm. Still no signs of growth?
I should be due any day now. If things were normal, that is. But the baby's still stuck at 7 months.
She has still baby syndrome. Have you ever heard of it?
I met a few preppers in Mexico that had something like that.
They're not isolated cases. It seems to be happening everywhere. Though who knows if it's a syndrome or a symptom of something else.
Simply put, the fetus stops growing at about 7 months. To be clear, it doesn't die, but it no longer moves, as if it's frozen in time. Several treatments, including C-sections, have been attempted. Unfortunately, removal from the womb invariably results in death. And while not all pregnancies are affected, it's yet another contributing factor to the already low birth rate. The Genetic Diversity Conservation Initiative just isn't enough to compensate.
You got any idea what's causing it?
There's speculation that it's due to an imbalance in the beach itself. I'm sure it's been explained to you before that countless individual beaches exist, a multiverse of beaches, so to speak, and that they are all governed by an upper beach on a higher plane. Expansion of the chiral network to cover the whole UCA may have inadvertently disrupted the link to that beach. Or so they think.
BB units were also 7-month-old fetuses. So it's not hard to believe that the beach might very well influence the unborn.
While I can offer you no concrete answer, I can state that the plan to extend the chiral network into the Australian continent, to take it worldwide, is also intended to help restore balance to the aforementioned upper beach. And in doing so, it is possible that we may resolve the issue of still baby syndrome.
Back to whatnot. Yes, indeed. Here's the kangaroo Sam rescued. Isn't she doing well? We're still running tests on her, but the early signs are good. We can never thank Sam and Drawbridge enough. Happy animals for the win. Gotta love the animals, you know what I'm saying? That's great to hear. We could learn a lot from kangaroos. After all, they only move forwards, never back. Roos are an Australian icon. I'm glad someone's putting in the hard yards to make sure they're taken care of. Thanks, George Bridge. Grassroots activities. I've made it rain at a few facilities I visited with Drawbridge, and we're already starting to see the results. Now I want to bring the rain to a lot more places. Even a little bit helps. Here's to bringing nature back to life. I agree with that. Nice work, Rainy. I'll keep praying for Drawbridge's continued success. Amazing. The animals look pretty happy to hear this too.
Was that tasty, Sam?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Hi, Sam.
Woo-hoo-hoo! Looking clean as a whistle. I was looking into the conditions that led to the bushfire we escaped. It seemed to have been caused by a phenomenon known as chiral cinders. Unlike other items washed up by the currents, cinders violently erupt from the tar and soar through the sky before crashing to the ground. This phenomenon has been observed across the continent and has led to an increase in bushfires. It's one more potential threat to keep an eye out for.
So just chiral energy is just messing up. I mean, it's good material, but it's just like a mess for the world.
Ever wanted to learn more about the various creatures housed at the animal shelter, Sam? Well, there's a speaker outside the facility that they use to broadcast updates. Might be good to check in on some of the animals we've taken there once in a while.
Indeed, I feel that.
I'm so glad that we were able to save that kangaroo's life. It's easy to forget that humans aren't the only creatures affected by the Death Stranding. Protecting our remaining wildlife isn't just the right thing to do. It can also help us to better understand how the environment has changed.
He's speaking facts. Gotta love the animals, man. These animals have souls just as well.
Rainey was a vision to behold. To put out that fire so effortlessly. Her powers are incredible, don't you think?
They are. They definitely are.
The kangaroo you rescued is currently being cared for and studied at the animal shelter. You know, if you ever want to stop by and see how it's doing, I wouldn't object.
We gonna do that. On the next run, of course. But our time will be at another pace. This little animal shelter thing is pretty lit, but it was kind of crazy to get to. I gotta admit that. I didn't expect to see all of that, all of those little meteors and comets coming out of the sky, the little gyro meteors that he was saying they were. But other than that, we still got tons of work to do with this character Rainey. See who she is really with, you know, these abilities, what she's capable of. And we're gonna be seeing animals now from what they say. Start saving them as much as we could and try to have a space as well. But we also gonna mess around and have far harder times to get places. As you see all that fire, don't expect that to be the only time. We only, like around a quarter in from finishing this. It is what it is. Stay tuned for the next episode. It's still not over yet. Another time I'm gonna say it while it's January 4th. Happy New Year to everyone. It is 2026, and I must say, I gotta continue to keep my life at a positive rate. With that said, get your money, people. Stay litty at all time. As for me, Mega 6, out the gates. Beautiful game. These graphics are beautiful. And these characters look amazing. This gameplay is just absolutely amazing. Peace out, gang.